Welcome to the Angler Talk Podcast with Chris and Aaron. Brought to you by FishingMagicianTV.com.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Chris back again with another weekly episode of Angler Talk. And man, oh man, has the fishing been heating up here in Jersey, man. I was out there a few days ago with Captain Harry Brown on the Muscles Magoo over here in Raritan Bay, man. And let me tell you something, that striper fall run is in full swing, without question. We had well over 10 fish all over the 40-plus inch mark. We had one keeper-sized bass, which we did harvest. We broke it up between three guys, man. But just phenomenal fishing on none other than the Tony Monta bunker spoons. I mean, we did hit it up there with some eels, and we did try some flutter spoons and shads. But for some reason, man, they were all about that troll bite that Sunday, and we had a phenomenal day of fishing as we are getting ready for the full momentum of the fall striper run, man. But this week, we got a special guest by the name of Leo Judge out of Virginia. He is known as the Tactical Angler on TikTok. And, man, this guy's got a phenomenal fishery down there, which we're going to talk about, and an upcoming tackle company that's going to come out to the market. Leo is a former United States Army veteran, and we wish him the absolute best success with his new company. And I hope you guys enjoy our chat. And here I am with Leo Judge, the Tactical Angler from TikTok. What's up, man? How we going?
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Oh, I can't complain, man. The striper bite up here in Jersey is pretty hot. Should be warming up in the Chesapeake Bay down in Virginia by you soon.
Oh, it's been crazy. This spring, we've been catching some monsters up in the river up here.
Yeah, man. So before we get into this, the first thing I want to say is just thank you for your service, Army veteran, and I think that that's an awesome thing, and thank you so much for that.
Hey, brother, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, one of the things we spoke about yesterday, and we were going back and forth through text messages, man, Virginia fishery, up here in Jersey, we hear a lot that it's so overfished. From what I see on your videos, it's total opposite. I mean, it's a great fishery out there.
I fish a few places, and I moved here about 6 years ago.
Yes.
I don't want to overhype it, but we have the best cobia and bull drum season up here.
Wow, man. I mean, I've never caught a cobia before. I did see one up in my waters a couple of years ago before I went down to Florida. And at first, I had no idea what the heck it was. I just see this fin coming out the water because they're not really native to this area. And then as it got closer, I saw it, and it slurped my bunker chunk. And, it spooled me in less than 90 seconds.
Hell yeah, they're very strong.
This thing took off like a bat out of hell, man. So what is your average size cobia out there in Virginia?
Well, we have what you call a citation program. It's like trophy fish. Anything over 50 inches, you get, if you catch and release, you get a little trophy. Anything over 55, you kill, you get another trophy. But the average size, to keep it over here, they got to be at least 40 inches to keep it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a very big fish. I know for a fact that they got some strength for sure, man. But I've heard that they taste absolutely delicious.
Dude, you don't know what you're missing. You never tried it. I personally believe it's better than tuna.
Oh, wow. That's
well, the price in the market would tell you. Sometimes I see them up here $24 a pound.
Wow. That's an expensive.
They're great tasting, though. I love to grill them, wrap with bacon.
No, man, that sounds really good, man. But one of the things where they put me on to the redfish for me is on the bucket list, and you're catching some monsters out there in Virginia, man. And what is that redfish scene like out there?
Oh, it's crazy. And this time of year, like all the locals that know about it, the drum run, we call it. The average size is about 46, but we get them well up in the 50s. And puppy drums, they stay, there's 3 stages of those redfish. We call them puppy drum. Between 18 and 26, you could keep 3 per day. Anything over 26 to 40 inches is a yearling for us. And anything over 46 inches actually is a bull drum.
Wow. I mean, and what kind of gear are you using for this? Are you using heavy stuff? Are you using light tackle?
Oh man, it's no fun with the heavy stuff. You got to use that light tackle.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to hear. I mean, when you're catching some of these fish, like when I caught my first mahi, I mean, it was by accident. We were trolling for wahoo up in here in Jersey, and this mahi whacked our umbrella rig, and that was no fun, man. But when I caught one on a rod that weighs 4 ounces, I mean, that was just so much fun. So I gotta imagine what a bull red would feel like. I mean, I have a lot of friends that catch these fish, and they say it's one of the most powerful fish in the inshore waters you can absolutely catch.
You know, I have to agree with him,
Yeah.
but cobia will kick his ass.
No,
Seriously,
nice.
You hold on to a big cobia, you in for a ride.
That's something really awesome to hear, man. It just makes me want to get down to Virginia next year and fish out there with you for sure.
Hey, you got that invite, and it will stay open until you make it down here.
Absolutely. You're only about 7 hours away, so it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
But yeah, man. So you got this whole thing going on, Tactical Angler, man. The page. How did this concept come about, and just like, what are you looking forward to in the future?
All right. Well, my brother is still active military, and I'm retired
Okay.
military.
Nice.
So he came up with this idea, like, yo, bro, you fish all the time. You know, why don't we get paid? You know, me and you, we grew up fishing, which we did, and being military come the tactical side, and it's just like we see all these up and coming brands. I'm like, hey, we fish better than most of these guys. We could do this. So we came up with a tactical angler. If you look at my thing, you got the T, which is the bayonet. You got the A, the front sight post of an AR-15. You got the F. The F is like a Glock, and the G for gear is a circle hook.
I gotta be honest, man. That's one badass looking logo for sure.
Yeah, we sat down, we brainstormed, came up with the idea, and believe it, it was easy. Came up with the idea with like 30 minutes for the logo. Nice. Yeah, we just got it copyright and trademark. It finally came through like a couple days ago. So now we just work on the LLC. So I hope you guys stay tuned and look out for our brand out there.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you said you grew up fishing. How did it all start for you?
My dad is also prior military.
Okay.
So whenever he had the time off, that's what we did. We camped and we fished. We camped in Colorado, Texas, Germany, all over, and we fished all over.
Man, you guys got a strong military background family, and for most of us, that's how it all starts with our popses, and they get us into the sport, and then we just get this crazy addiction. It's like the tug becomes a drug. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Fishing, it just ain't fishing for us. It's a lifestyle down here.
Absolutely.
Especially Virginia is very competitive. I love that about this area.
Yeah, Virginia is like the home of, it's one of the two breeding grounds for striped bass. We spoke about this a couple weeks ago on the show with another guest. The Chesapeake Bay and the Raritan Bay are where like every striper on the East Coast is spawned at. And, for years, like I said earlier, we've heard that the Chesapeake is so overfished and this, that, and the third, but like we just mentioned and talked about that's not accurate. The fishery out there seems to be extremely, extremely healthy, and that's a good thing. And Virginia Beach is probably one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. And this should be a place where anglers say, hey, you know what? Let me make my next fishing trip to Virginia. Because the fishery you guys got out there is just amazing.
Especially the inshore fishing. Most people sleep on it. Everybody's all about the tuna and the wahoo and stuff, which is amazing down here. But the inshore fishing, for those people that don't need to take the charter boat, we do have some great fishing out here. Cobia, bull reds, flounder, king mackerel, you name it. Oh, don't sleep on the tog or the sheephead. I just got into sheephead fishing this year. I caught a 12-pound. I had a buddy that caught a 16-pound sheephead. Those are monsters.
Yeah, I got a friend over here in South Jersey named Leon. He's actually the president of one of the clubs that I belong to, and he's been posting a lot about his journey, trying to catch a sheephead. He still hasn't, got one yet, but it's like every time I keep reading these posts about him wanting to catch one, it just makes me start getting that scratch and that itch. So it's like, well, how are you fishing for sheephead? Because this is info that I'm definitely going to try and use to go catch my own.
All right. Sand fleas. That's the main Main thing they eat down here, some live sand fleas. Hook them.
Okay.
We actually get them off the pier. They swim around the pylon, and we just jig for them. You got to have a real light tip, fast action rod, because you feel the minute they bite, pull up. That's it. They're hooked.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks kind of like it has the same mouth of a tog, and anybody who watches this show knows how addicted to tog fishing I am. But I can see sheepshead probably being that next cult following that I'm going to jump into for sure.
Yeah, sheephead, spadefish, togfish, they all pretty much swim the same way.
Yeah, you guys get sea trout over there as well? I'm not mistaken.
They're running right now. The gator trout. They're running right now. Yeah.
The distant cousin of what we have up here, which is called weakfish, who have declined over the years, but it's not due to overfishing, but it's dolphin candy.
Yeah.
So they decline a lot, but they're starting to make a small comeback, as we can see. So what other good fisheries do you have out there besides the salt? Because I remember you also telling me that you do a lot of freshwater fishing.
Oh my goodness. We probably have, besides the Mississippi, I heard the Mississippi is awesome for channel cats and flatheads. But we have the James River. I don't know if you know, they filmed an episode of that monster fish. The episode.
Yeah, I've heard about the James River.
Yeah, the James River. We have some monster catfish up in there. So I fish for catfish in the wintertime to keep my skills for the springtime runs. So
definitely got to keep that tacticalness sharp,
Hell yeah. Sturgeon are running right now. We can't target them, but they still bite your bait.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, that's a bucket list fish for me. Like you just said, we can't target them. Also, it's a very protected species. But sturgeon, it's a dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? That's probably should be on every angler's bucket list to catch. You know what I'm saying? If you just so happen to catch one by an accident, there's nothing really we can do about that.
Catch and release.
I'm not telling people to just go out there and target them and say, oh, oops, it was an accident. But, what I'm saying, if it happens, it's got to be probably one of the most amazing feelings out there.
Oh, yeah, they big old dinosaurs. They're strong.
Yeah, I've heard.
Into one is a sturgeon because it's like a submarine going straight ahead.
Yeah, I've been on a headboat fluke fishing, and the guy probably 2 or 3 spots next to me, his rental rod just starts screaming. He's just like, I don't know what this is. Is it a shark? And the captain's looking, he's just like, oh, crap, you got a sturgeon. And you know what I'm saying? For them, it's a little bit more of a pain in the butt because over here, we're not supposed to take them out of the water. Yeah, so when you're in a big headboat that has a very high gunnel plus a rail, it's kind of a pain in the butt for the mate to get that hook out of the fish's mouth. They don't just want to cut the line and leave that in there because that's not good for the fish or your fishery for that matter. So what are some surprise fishing, fisheries that happen through the Gulf Stream that comes up from Florida?
Man, we get tarpons up here too. Most people sleep on that. If you in with the locals, when they're running, they go in the eastern shore, put some live bait out there and hold on for the ride. But yeah, we get tarpons, we get king mackerel. Oh, wow. I had a buddy that just caught a 72 pound over the summer. So
nice.
That's some big fish out here.
Yeah, definitely. There was a tarpon that was caught in Jersey a couple years ago, and it seemed like that fish broke the freaking internet. I mean, everybody was just like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" Because he harvested the fish, took it out of the water, and from what I know, I don't know if there's any regulation. I still haven't looked into it because it to me that was probably just a fluke of something that happened. But living in Florida for a time like I did, you're not even supposed to take that fish out of the water. And this guy, kept it, killed it, took it to a bait shop, and that's where he blew the hell up. And I'm not sure what repercussions he faced, if he faced any. But I mean, there is something definitely going on with, I guess you can say, climate change. I don't really like to bring up that subject, but there's a lot of more southern fish coming up north.
This way, we have some residents manatee now. We see them every summer. Manatees get lost in the Gulf Stream, and we see them around the piers and the surf.
Yeah, I mean it's been known for some fish to make it up, but like we're seeing groupers in Jersey. These are not fish that are supposed to be here, and I think it's cool as a fisherman. I mean, you're getting so many more things to target, but at the same time, you gotta wonder: is this gonna hurt your ecosystem more than it's gonna be better? I guess you can say. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for the last couple of years, we've seen the comeback of the choppers, the big bluefish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been years since we've seen them up here, and now this last two summer, man, that's a monster bluefish up in these waters.
Yeah, well, bluefish up in Jersey, it's kind of like a cycle thing. I spoke to Jim Hutchison over at the Fisherman Magazine on here a couple weeks ago about this, and it's kind of like a cycle thing. For us, monster gator blues, we call them the yellow-eyed devils, is a normal thing, and then every like 3 to 5 years, for some reason, they just seem to disappear. I have not seen a single bluefish this year at all in my waters. But from what you're saying, they're further down south.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a very weird, interesting cycle the way these fish work. You know what I'm saying? Now, bluefish is not something that I personally want to eat, but on light tackle, inshore, in Jersey, for me, there's nothing better to catch. I love
Oh yeah,
catching bluefish.
I love throwing some metal out there and having them chase it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, man. An Ava 47 on a bluefish is definitely gonna bring you some fun for sure, man. You do all around fishing. You do
all
saltwater, you do freshwater. What is your absolute favorite thing to target and why? I mean, I think I know
right.
the answer already.
I won't go back to cobia because it
Yeah.
tastes great. But this year I tried sheephead. It tastes like crab meat, and I love crab too. So the
Well,
sheephead is
absolutely. What
pretty
they eat.
delicious too. Right now, it's just a competition who could catch as much red drums as we can the bull red. We catch and release. We can't keep these big babies.
Yeah.
We catch and release. But
I
it's
hear
fun.
that, man. So, we're going into this conversation, and we did bring up the upcoming business that you're gonna have, and I just want to know what is Tactical Angler Fishing what kind of products are you guys gonna provide?
I my company that me and my brother's building, we plan to provide a solution for the people that actually know what they're targeting. So we're going to
Okay.
specific are geared towards a certain kind of fishing.
Okay.
Like my idea in my head, we have the Army, the Air Force, the Marine, and the Navy. They all got different camouflage. So our hoodies or sweatshirts going to be, the sleeves going to be camouflage to that
Yeah,
specific branch. Just like
I
a
gotcha.
secret service stuff. But
Gotcha.
pretty much we're going to start off basic with t-shirt, hats, hooks, line, sinkers, and we're
Okay.
going to, we could get some sponsors and we could get some seed money eventually because
Yeah.
there's a lot of places for veterans to look for seed money. So,
Absolutely, man. I mean, you did show me a little sneak peek of some of the stuff yesterday, and I
yeah.
thought it was really, really cool. I mean, like I told you, I'm in love with the logo. I think it's badass. I own a few AR-15s myself, and I love it. I can't complain. I can't say anything wrong about that gun at all. And just to incorporate it in something like fishing, which is something else that I love. I mean, that's really, really cool.
I appreciate that.
Before I let you go, man, I want to wish you the absolute best success with this company, with you and your brother, and I hope it turns out really freaking awesome for you guys. But before I let you go, let everybody know where they can find you at. Check out some of your social media, and I'll drop some links down below.
All right. You can find me on Fishing Just for Fun 2021 on Instagram. You can
Okay.
find me Leo Judge on Facebook, and you can find me Tactical Angler Fishing on TikTok.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to sit down with us, man. I wish you the best. Have a good night.
And I appreciate this spot. Thank you. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, brother. Well, guys, for the people who are listening on the podcast platforms where it's just audio, that soundbite was not anything messed up with the podcast at all. That was just a small TikTok video that I got from Leo to show you guys the quality fish that he's catching down there in Virginia. And if you want to check that out, head over to YouTube, look up the Angler Talk podcast. You can also find it on the Fishing Magician TV YouTube channel. But it was a lot of fun for me to sit down with Leo and talk to him about the Virginia fishery. That just goes to show you that you should never judge a book by its cover before you open it up and read it. You know, we hear so much that the Virginia fishery is so overfished that there's nothing to catch. But through this man's social media, primarily his TikTok, I have come to learn that that's not true. This man is catching a lot of fish, a lot of quality fish. These big bull reds and these tarpon, these sea trout, and these monstrous catfish. I mean, the fishery out there is very, very healthy and very, very good. I mean, if you're planning an out-of-state fishing trip, Virginia should be on your list for you to check out. I mean, these are great fish that you can catch. Definitely a chance to catch a new PB or a new species for most of you. And I hope you guys, give it a shot. And before I go, I just want to wish Leo and his brother the absolute best with this tactical angler fishing gear. One more time, thank you for your service from you and your family. I mean, I can't express that enough, and I hope you guys get out there and support them. Unfortunately, this week I am battling the flu, but the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? So get out there, bend a rod, and I'm out. Tight lines.